The facts that an internet celebrity may have appeared to have lost weight, appeared tired, and appeared strung out are conclusory in nature and not factual. Likewise, the allegation that April M. Holt appeared tired, lethargic, and strung out are mere conclusionary statements that fail to recite facts leading to such conclusions. For instance, this is the age of prescription weight loss medications. Essentially, everyone is losing extraordinary amounts of weight in a short period of time. Ma'am. Everybody's on Ozempic? Is that what we're going with? Is that the defense here?
God.
That
you should hear Sean read that one. He's like, excuse me, not everyone's doing it. I was like, oh, Sean.
I mean, we're in like the chunkiest part of the world in America. Ain't nobody losing weight over here.
Well,
Anyway.
I think I cannot believe that they put the Ozempic argument in there. And why don't you say like he was, I don't know, under distress because of losing a part of his case with when they talk about this stuff, I'm like, why didn't you use that as some type of excuse as for erratic behaviors, different types of things because of the stress of going through another lawsuit with another online personality or what have you?
Yep.
Like
that seems like a slam dunk.
Sense. Right? Like that's more plausible. Like you could understand someone being stressed out because they're losing a case, right? I could understand that someone being like, oh, well, you know, it's really gotten them. They can't take it, blah, blah, blah. Not like, oh, by the way, this really skinny dude is taking Ozempic.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't use that name specifically, but that was the first thought was like, what, you think everybody's like on the pot 24/7 over here and like dropping 60, 80 pounds in a couple of months? Like, that's not it. But anyway, that's what they went with. So essentially everyone is losing extraordinary amounts of weight in a short period of time. What? However, no independent investigation was done in that regard. Nicholas also suffers from insomnia, yet no independent investigation was done in that regard. In addition, the mere fact that Aaron M. Holt posted a dubious blog video insinuating that Nicholas was using controlled substances does not make said blog factual. Corroborating evidence. Jesus. It is at best unreliable hearsay. However, it is more likely retaliatory due to his falling out with the Requietas. Goes on to say the expert opinion of this investigating DRE deputy must be discounted, as that opinion is based only upon the observations of the deputy while watching an internet video performance. This is interesting, that usage of that word. So now we're to believe it's just theater, I guess. It's sort of like, I don't know. What?
I know exactly where you're going with that. What? So they're trying to say like him getting drunk on stream is performative?
Yeah, it's performance art.
Up an act.
That's not the first time that I've heard that defense used in like an e-celebrity or like a YouTuber in court. They say, "Oh, this is all performative." So, there exists no independent corroboration of any of the conclusions alleged by the deputy. There were no garbage pulls, no allegations from any persons that there were drugs in the Rekieta home. Now, how can that be so? I don't know if y'all can even see this. I thought I had it up big enough, but it says there were no garbage pulls, which is fair, right? But no allegations from any person that there were drugs in the Rekieta home. Well,
except for Aaron.
It's in the search warrant by name. Who was in the Rekieta home for 6 months.
All right. So but I want to play devil's advocate here though, too, because it's just kind of like, this whole thing has made me think a lot about the threshold for probable cause. And I know that I've heard not other because we're not law tubers. I'm not a lawyer, but I've heard law tubers talk about how the threshold for probable cause is very minimal. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then it makes me think of like all these people who are out on the internet, on like the TikToks, the Instagrams, even on the YouTubes and Rumbles and all that other stuff. Like, either doing drugs or doing something or excessively drinking or something. Like, so are you saying that because that is out there on the internet, if any law enforcement is alerted to any other particular behavior, whether it be true or not, it'll give them cause to look into somebody's life?
I'm sure it's different in different states. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that like the threshold itself is different in different states. So I don't think there's like an across the board answer to that, but I mean, this is all hearsay technically, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's all coming from people except the firsthand knowledge. That's Aaron. So it's like,
right.
that can't be, but everything else is like, no, this is what we're seeing or what we're hearing. And even with Deputy Pomplin, where it's like, I'm watching these videos and because I'm a DRE, I can, whatever, I can say without a doubt, this person's on drugs or drinking or whatever, which is like
Right.
kind of
Well, 'cause I
obvious,
go
but it
back
seems like
and
it's all, go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because like through all of this though, I keep going back and forth in my head. It's like even if someone is doing it online, it's like them doing it out in public, like on the public
Yeah,
street of anybody too. So
sure. Yeah, and I'm sure that in the same way that your privacy is kind of, you've given up your privacy when you walk outside your front door and you have, people can film you and everything else. It's sort of similar in that way. But it's with all of this stuff, these are all based on, I want to say based on like what people are seeing, but like the church members or the people that are interacting with the children and saying, no, they're coming to church, or these co-ops with the education system that they're in and saying that they're hungry or they're stinky. I mean, it says it in the search warrant, they smell bad. They're wearing the same clothes 3 or 4 days in a row. So for me, that goes a step beyond like, just hearsay. I mean, these are people that have been interacting with the children, at least with the child endangerment stuff. So I don't know.
for sure. But I know that also, and I don't think they make that argument in here at all when it comes to the child endangerment stuff of using those allegations or reports as a way to gain the search warrant. Because I know like in Nick's motion, they said, oh, because they got a letter from, I don't remember the lady's name, saying that it didn't meet the threshold of like sweep. It didn't meet the threshold of child endangerment or whatever, but they don't use that argument at all in this.
And they should, like, if that was the basis of this, which, we've understood that that's a separate thing and the cops can pick it up whether or not CPS moves forward with it. But it's still interesting because that's sort of what got the ball rolling. The cops wouldn't have had the report to look at, I guess is my point. And they would have to have relied on other sources going straight to the police rather than the CPS letter or the letter written by Alicia Sweep being read by the cops. So
hold on real quick. We'll get to your super chats. I promise. I saw
well, go ahead if you want to do it. Go ahead. I've only got a little bit left. There's conclusion right there, but go ahead.
All right. Well, we got $2 super chat from podcast customer service. It says, YouTube got my noodle al dente. I don't know what that means, but
it's like if I don't even cook, this. If you're making noodles and stuff and people say they want it al dente, they don't want it like super floppy like Aaron. They want it like a little firm. It should be to where like you can throw it on the wall, but it's got like a little firmness to it. That's what he means.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the way that you said it.
You know how he does.
Thal, thank you for the $10. He says, excuse me, ladies. I heard you guys in a past video refer to yourselves as hens. You're not hens. You are chicken tenders, because all I can think when I see you is having me a snack. Woohoo!
Well, thank you, Thal. Thank you for sharing with the group.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Everybody calls us hens. And well, Aaron had some other choice words for us the other day. He got really upset that we clipped up the video. Well, it was our show, but we were looking at his video from last Thursday where he was talking about doing some things at work and then leaving tissues around for his boss to find. He did not like that very much. And we got called a bunch of names, but nothing that sort of pushed back on what we were saying or doing. But anyway, he was mad at us for that. So we got called.
Yay! Yes, that's what we're called. We called ourselves the couch guns.
I'm not owning that one. You can. I don't even see the couch most days. I know, but
no. Well, all I can say is that these people are supposed to be comedians and stuff, and they can't come up with anything any more clever. I'm actually more insulted about that than anything else.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I can't argue that. You're exactly right. Like, where is the actual funniness in this? But anyway, we're hens. We're whatever.
It's just lazy. Fucking lazy. Moms. Put some effort into it. Make me cry, damn it. I don't want to laugh at you. If you want to hurt me, hurt me.
When our punchlines are better than these failed comedians and whatnot, there's a problem. We're not comedians. We're just funny on our own. All right, so to finish this up, moreover, as a DRE, the deputy did not perform any testing on the defendant that would confirm his hunch. If the court is to follow the deputy's logic, the deputy could just as easily justify a search of Al Pacino's office on the set of Scarface. Are we going? Did you hear that? Like, are we really doing this?
Nope. I did not hear that.
He said,
I heard something about Scarface.
You got it. Yeah, you have to hear it. If the court is to follow, okay, well, moreover, as a DRE, the deputy did not perform any testing on the defendant that would confirm his hunch. If the court is to follow the deputy's logic, the deputy could just as easily justify a search of Al Pacino's office on the set of Scarface. But what if Scarface's homies were going to the mandated reporter pastor and we're like, look, I think he's got a problem. All his children aren't being fed. Like, that's different, right? That's different than like viewing. Anyway, I can't do it. All right, so conclusion. The most disturbing part of the search warrant. What?
Well, he kind of came out back on stream looking like he had shit all over his nose.
It's just, it's wild, some of the things that they put in this one. It just is jumping off the page. But in conclusion, the most disturbing part of the search warrant that was granted in this case was the utter lack of any evidence or allegation, credible or otherwise, that there were illegal substances located in the Rekieta home, much less where these drugs were located within the home. Controlled substance use is not illegal in Minnesota. Possession is illegal. There are no allegations contained in the application for search warrant that recite any firsthand knowledge of illegal substances being present in the home at the time of the application. That's not true. We probably should have brought the search warrant up to show, like, point out where this is wrong, where the holes are here. But that's specifically, Aaron was like, there's a safe. It's in the bathroom. He has a different safe. It's downstairs on the left, on the third shelf. Or he was very specific in what they would find and where. And it's in the search warrant to the point where they literally like beeline straight to it.
Right.
It's like, how is that even a thing? But all right, so we don't know the nature of the white. Oh, this is it for me. We don't know the nature of the white powdery substance alleged to be present on Nicholas Rekieta's nose, nor does the deputy. It is just as plausible that it was sheetrock dust as an illegal substance. Okay. We don't know whether Nicholas
maybe that's
actually...
why it took 45 minutes to get back, because he's like, oh, he got distracted, ADHD. He's like, oh shit, I forgot to put the sheetrock up while I'm in the middle of a stream. He just go,
right.
Go put it up,
Yeah. I can see that, I guess. How weird.
I mean, I've done it a time or two when I've been here, been like, oh shit, there's a whole thing of laundry. Let me just fold it right now.
Yeah, but do you ever just break out your tool belt and slap it on in the middle? Like when you're going, you're like, I'll be back. I have to pee. And then I'm like, okay, bye. Were you like pulling out the hammer and nails? I don't know I don't know how to put up sheetrock, but you got your tool belt on and you come back and you're just covered in like, anyway, it's insane.
Listen, he had housework going on at 2 in the morning, because that's the time that the people could come out, and they're just drilling, and he's got to go through the construction site but to get to the bathroom, and he just it was just there.
Well, the funny part about that is the ceiling cats, like, because Nick has said in past streams that like they did have construction going on, and like all the different ceiling panels were open to where you could see the beams. So I guess that's why they went with that. I don't know, but it's really weird. So anyway, to finish this up.
It makes more sense to say a powdered donut or something. Sheetrock, drywall. Listen.
I mean, what else could it possibly be? Yeah, I would have gone with donut before sheetrock. But
yeah.
Anyway.